Next example, K3 Fe CN6. So this is also an anionic complex, potassium positively charged. So the complex is negatively charged. So that is nothing but it is an example for anionic complex. Anionic complex. So before writing the name, we shall calculate the oxidation state of iron here. First, we'll start with potassium. So plus 1, how many potassium? So 3 potassium atoms plus X. Just a minute. So it is plus 1, 3 plus this we have finished. So plus 1 as the charge and 3 potassium atoms are there. And next is iron. That's what we are going to calculate. X plus 6 and each one is with minus 1 as the charge. The charge on the complex is 0. So X is equals to minus 6 plus 3. It becomes minus 3. Shift to that side. Then it becomes plus 3. So the oxidation state on iron is plus 3. Now we shall start writing the name there. So we have potassium as the counter ion. Leave some space. Then you start with the complex entity. In the complex entity or coordination entity, ligand has to be named first. Then it is followed by the metal. So ligand is only one type we have. So cyano or cyanide. Either the name you can write. But how many cyano groups are there? 6 cyano groups are there. So it is hexacyano, anionic complex. Iron, you cannot write it as iron since it is anionic complex. The name should be ending with ATE. And we have already seen that is a few metals with their Latin name. So iron also has its Latin name. That Latin name we have to use here. So it is a ferrate. Ferrate, and the oxidation state is 3. Ferrate 3. So this is the name of this complex. So next we'll move on to the next one. That is example. Next example, FeCO5. So this is the next complex. So you can observe no counter ion. Counter ions are not there. Charge is also not there. If counter ion is not there and charge is also not there, then this is an example for neutral complex. Counter ion is not there as well as charge is also not there. That indicates that the complex is a neutral complex. So oxidation state of iron we shall find. So it is X plus 5. It is an carbonyl group is an it is an neutral ligand. So it is 0, no charge, that is equals to 0. So X is equals to 0. So the oxidation state of iron is 0. Iron is in atomic state. It is in atomic state. So the name we should write. So it is an coordination sphere. Ligand name will come first. So how many ligands are there? 5 ligands. So the numerical prefix will be penta. Penta, and it is carbonyl. Pentacarbonyl. Neutral complex, there is no change in the name of a metal. So pentacarbonyl iron, it is in the 0 state and it doesn't matter. You should mention that one. Even it is 0 also, we should mention the oxidation state within parenthesis. So this is the name of this complex, neutral complex. So pentacarbonyl iron 0. If it is same iron only, here also it is anionic complex, the name changes to ferrate. Ferrate, and the oxidation state of that one is 3. So next point we'll move on to, that is the next rule. Next rule is oxidation state of central metal ion. So oxidation state already we have discussed. So oxidation state, how to calculate, you know. We have taken many example and calculated, and you also know how to indicate the oxidation state of the metal also, because we have completed a few formulas also. Central metal ion. So oxidation state, how to indicate the oxidation state. So the oxidation state of the metal has to be indicated by indicated in Roman numbers. So after the Roman numbers and within parenthesis, it should be written within parenthesis. That is nothing but, so what oxidation state of the metal should come after the metal name. So central metal name we are going to write it first. So after that metal name, we are going to indicate the oxidation state within parenthesis in Roman numbers only. So please be clear in writing Roman numbers. So whatever the Roman number, standard form of Roman numbers are there, you should maintain that one only. Not like whichever you prefer or whichever you practice. That is not the correct way. And moreover, it is IUPAC nomenclature we are writing. So whatever comes to your mind or in whichever way comes to your mind, you cannot write. You should maintain the standard form itself. So within parenthesis it has to be written. That is a very simple thing. Next one, point of attachment. Next rule, 6th one we have finished. Next is 7th one. Point of attachment. Point of attachment is nothing but, in case of amphident ligands, it is we have seen that one. That is the point of attachment. I think it is the 7th point. Point of attachment. So in case of amphident ligands, we have come across with a few examples. NO2 minus, ONO minus, SCN minus, NCS minus. So the formula in that, the bond indicates or bond will be showing a point towards the atom to which the central metal is bonded, or it is attached. So that indicates the point of attachment. In this case, you can observe here nitrogen is bonded to central metal atom and oxygen is bonded to central metal here. Here sulfur is coordinating with the central metal, that is nothing but forming a coordinate bond with it. And here nitrogen is forming a coordinate bond with it. So this one will be indicated in case of formulas also, and when we are writing the names also, we are going to indicate that one. So if it is nitro, the name of this one will be nitrito O. It is nitrito O we are going to indicate. So for this one, the name becomes, this is nitrito N, this is nitrito N, and this is nitrito O. Nitrito O, where point of attachment is indicated. So if this is concerned, this becomes thiocyanato, this becomes isothiocyanato. Iso indicates nitrogen and here thio indicates sulfur. So that's how we are going to mention the point of attachment also. So we shall write those examples, these examples only in a proper way. So already you have we have written these things in our ligands also. Types of ligands, when we were writing types of ligands also we have discussed, and when we were writing rules for writing the name of the ligands also we have discussed that one. So here for different for different examples, different thing. That is, one was nitrito O, where oxygen indicates the point of attachment. But in case of thiocyanito, so the name indicates the point of attachment. So for different ligands, different way of showing this point of attachment is there. So first example, it is NO2 minus. So it is ligating through oxygen, ligating through nitrogen. It is coordinating through nitrogen. So the name becomes nitrito N. It is ONO minus. It is coordinating through oxygen. Name becomes nitrito O. Likewise, we have SCN minus, where the coordinating, it is coordinating through sulfur. The name becomes thiocyanito. Likewise, NCS minus, it is coordinating through nitrogen. So it is iso thiocyanito. Isothiocyanito. Likewise, we have a few more examples. Those things already we have discussed while naming the ligands also. So we'll move on to the next one. That is next point is naming of geometrical isomers. Naming of geometrical isomers. Naming of geometrical isomers. So geometrical isomers, in the sense we are going to use cis and trans for to name the geometrical isomers, cis and trans. So cis is for adjacent positions and trans is for opposite positions. Trans is for opposite positions. So how we are going to indicate that one? Now we shall see. So we have a central metal. This is a square planar geometry. Already we have discussed coordination polyhedron. In coordination polyhedron, if four ligands are there, then it will be showing two different types of arrangements. One is tetrahedral and the other one is square planar. So we are going to check now with the square planar. So if it is tetrahedral, there is no point of geometrical isomers, because they are in four different, it is a three-dimensional. So only two are in a plane. One above the it is near to the observer, and one more is away from the observer. So nowhere it is coming in contact or coming side by side. But in case of square planar, all the four are coming closer and they are in a plane. So we shall see that one now. So central metal bonded to ligands. We shall mark the positions here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 I have named. We shall see which all will come adjacent and which are cis and which are trans here. So here 1, 4 are coming adjacent to one another. So it is 1, 4. Next is 1, 2. 1 and 2. Next is 2 and 3. Next 3 and 4. 3 and 4. If the ligands, if they are of similar type, either it may be 1 and 4 or 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 or 3 and 4. So if at all, if they are similar ligands come side by side or come in this pattern, then we name such kind of structures as a cis structures, or such kind of geometrical isomers are named as cis isomers. So if at all, if it is 1, 3 are same, and if 2, 4 are same, then the isomers are named as trans isomers. They are named as trans isomers. So if adjacent position, that is nothing but similar ligands come adjacent to one another, then it is named as a cis isomer. So if at all, if the similar ligands come in opposite positions, then it is named as a trans isomers. So we have a very important topic, that is isomerism of coordination compounds are there. So that one we are going to take at the end, because it is very, very important and it takes little bit more time, and bonding and all you should understand first. So if you understand bonding, then only you can predict the isomers or number of isomers you can calculate. So for that reason, it is being taught at the end of this chapter. So now only to name this one we are going to will be just basic only will be studying. We'll take up one more example here. So I hope you understood. So similar ligands come side by side, then it is cis. Similar ligands, if they come opposite sides, then it is trans. So we shall take up a few one example of cis and one example of trans. So now observe here, similar ligands come adjacent to one another. Here also similar ligands came adjacent to one another. But here similar ligands come opposite to one another, and here similar ligands are opposite to one another. So that means that this is the cis isomer and this is the trans isomer. So cis and trans we have seen here. So we shall name that one now. So the complex will name. So the remaining things remains as it is. So if at all, if it has to be written either this one or this one, if it has to be written in the general form, it becomes, so it is platinum Cl2 NH3 twice it is. This is the thing. Just a minute. There is no charge. So this is the thing. This is the compound. So now we shall try to name it. So we have one ligand as chlorido, another ligand as amine. According to alphabetical order, amine should be first. How many amine groups are there? 2 amine groups. So we can write diamine, dichlorido, diamine, dichlorido. Next, what it is? So we don't have any charge. The oxidation state we need to find. It is X plus 2Cl, each one with -1, and NH3 is 0. We don't have charge, so it is 0. X is equals to +2. -2 it comes. If you shift that one, then it becomes a +2. So the oxidation state of metal is +2. The name becomes, since it is a neutral complex, so the name of the metal is not going to change. It remains as it is. So diamine, dichlorido. So it is platinum. So we'll name like that only, platinum. Platinum oxidation state is 2 here. So that in Roman numbers we are going to write 2. Okay. Next. So if at all, if you are naming this one, naming this structure, then what is this structure? What a similar ligands lie or what adjacent to one another. That means that it is an cis form. It is an cis form. So the name should start with the cis, like this. Cis hyphen the name of the complex. Earlier, how we used to name of the complex, the same thing. But if it is an cis form, first we'll be writing that one as a cis. Likewise, if at all, if you consider this one, similar ligands lie opposite to one another. That means that this is an trans form. This is an trans form. So the name remains same because ligands, metal and its oxidation state, everything is same. Only thing is it is in the water trans form. So the name becomes trans diamine dichlorido platinum 2. So likewise for cis and trans, we are geometrical isomers. We are going to name in this form.